Hi there, and welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the topics I cover, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you find this video helpful, informative, or even just entertaining, please give it a like and share it around. It really helps the channel grow. And today we are going to attempt to install Cakewalk either by BandLab or the Cakewalk Sonar, the sort of a paid version, on a Linux platform. So we'll see how we go. I've done this installation on Linux Mint as a trial, as a test. So I'm going to attempt to go through step by step. It is live stream, so anything could happen, anything could go wrong on Linux. The operating system that I use at the moment is KDE Neon Plasma 6.3. Now, I've done a few videos about my Linux installation and what I do. So I thought, and I have done a video, I should say, on Linux, Cakewalk on Linux, but people keep asking me, how do I install it? How does it work? So let me have some preamp there. I personally would not recommend it because Cakewalk is a native Windows-only application. So you're going to have some hard time to get it to run properly on Linux, right? We're going to run it through a program called Bottles, which is another software that uses Wine, which is like a Windows Linux emulator, even though they say it's not emulator. So like a Linux emulator that make it run. And it does sort of install and run without any issues. But the issues that I personally got confronted was obviously getting the audio in and out. So those are the things that we're going to try to see how far we're going to go. So I hope you enjoy this live session. I normally do the live stream unannounced. So if you are here, make sure say hi in the chat. I will be looking at the chat every now and then. And so that's the plan for today. Hopefully I will succeed. And yeah, also, if you'd like to support the channel financially, you can click the Super Thanks button, become a channel member for just $1 a month with access to members-only videos, tutorials, and so on reviews as well, mostly tutorials and tips and ideas, early releases, and a lot more. Or you can make a one-time PayPal donation using the link in the description. And your support really means a lot to me. Okay, so let's get on into today's video. Here we are. I'm on the cakewalk.com website. Now, we can go to the Cakewalk by BandLab, the free version, by clicking here. So we can come about here. It's asking me to log in. I shouldn't need to log in. Why is it asking me to log in? Where was the other one? Okay, I'm going to do a quick search because that's not the correct one. It's taking me to log in to original Cakewalk, which I can log in. Can I actually log in? Oh. Anyway, nothing that I don't believe. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so my account still exists in the original Cakewalk. This is even before Fender took over and then really destroyed it. So I'm still available here. I'm still subscribed. I don't care. There's no information here. So here we go. So it goes all the way back to, I think 2014 is the last time I actually bought Sonar X1. Yeah, so serial numbers, I don't care. Because those products no longer exist anyway. So I'm happy to share them. Some of them I haven't registered yet. So that's not where we want to go. Okay, so we want to go to Cakewalk by BandLab. I know. Here we go. Cakewalk go BandLab /products/BandLab. Here you can click the download button here. Will take you here. Cakewalk installer. This is the small file that you can click and download. I've already downloaded this one. So this is the free version. And over here, if we click Cakewalk Sonar is what we want. Okay, and we should be able to scroll down. Where is it? All the way to the bottom, I believe. And Sonar, I'm sure you can see it. Yep, you can see it, Sonar here. And you can click download, and this will download the executable. Now, I've already done that. So if we have a look here on my downloads, as you can see, I've got Cakewalk Sonar executable and Cakewalk Sonar setup. Now, by double-clicking, it's just not going to run. It's not going to work. I can double-click it. It tries to run it, launch it, but it's just not going to work because they're Windows executables, not Linux executables. So we've got them all there, so that's all good. Let's minimize that. Yeah, let's see if anybody around one views. Yeah, if you are here, say hello if you like. I don't mind. If you have any questions or just want to say hello, feel free. And what we want to do now is go into what's called Discover. And this is basically the app that has the packages. So all the programs are here. You can install. And I want to install, which I haven't done so yet, a program called, or package called Bottles. And this will allow me to run Windows software on Linux. Okay. You can click that. You can read about it. And we just click install from FlatHub. And it's going to be downloading it and installing it. And then we can use it. So Bottles is basically a sandbox around wine that allows you to make installation of Windows applications quite easy. You know, it runs most applications, but few applications. Most of them have issues because, especially later programs, when they need some drivers and things, it's just not available. It just doesn't work. A lot of people try to do the Adobe Photoshop and so on, and it just doesn't work. Because there's a lot of files missing. You can't expect that. But as far as Cakewalk, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I have been able to install it and run it and play audio through it. So I thought I'll experiment and do a live stream so we can go through the whole process together. Hopefully it doesn't bomb out on me and and it will work through. So we are still installing the Bottles, which will also include wine. So you don't have to install anything else, to my understanding. So by just installing Bottles, it will install everything that is required to run quite a few Windows applications, and hopefully Cakewalk is in there. Now, I can understand a reason why some people want to run Cakewalk on Linux, maybe because Windows 10 is coming to its end. There's only about another 3 or 4 months to go before support is there's no longer support for it. It doesn't mean that Windows 10 is just going to stop working. It's just going to keep working, but obviously not going to get updates. That means you're vulnerable. And one way around it is, I guess, is not to connect it to the internet, and that's probably advisable. If you are running a music production PC, you really don't want the interruption of the internet anyway. A lot of the time, if I have a client here and I'm actually recording, I do disconnect. I turn off my networking so that there's no interruption during recording sessions or during mixing sessions with a client. Not interruptions as social media interruptions, but network connection interruptions. So the PC is just working, just doing audio stuff and not thinking about internet connections and what's going on outside the studio, right? But having said that, if you are moving away from Windows 10 and your PC doesn't support Windows 11, then Linux is the next option. Maybe Cakewalk will work. But what I would recommend is, even though Cakewalk by BandLab or Cakewalk Sonar, the paid version, may run on Linux, but I suspect there's going to be some issues, especially with the audio side, because you're not talking directly to the audio interface. You're going to be talking through emulated audio drivers for your audio and so on. So that might be a little bit tricky to make it run. My suggestion would be, if you are stuck in that, is export any project you have on Cakewalk, export the stems, back up the project, even if it's a Cakewalk backup, just back up the project, and at the same time, while you're doing it, export all the stems of your project, process stems. So if you had compression, EQ, effects, or whatever on that track, print those out, and then import it into a DAW that is natively supported on Linux, such as Reaper is the best one that I could recommend at the moment. You can also do on, if you've got Studio One, if you're moving to Studio One, you could do that as well. It does work quite well on Linux. You also have Bitwig, you have Harrison Mixbus, or Ardour, which you can install for free. And then you can import these stems, and then you don't have to really do much with it, because you've got all the process already on the tracks, other than adding reverb and delay, those sort of effects, and some automation, and then you can use it that way. And then any new project you can use, let's say if you decide on Reaper, you can use Reaper to do the recording, because Reaper works like a Ripper on Linux, pretty much on all platforms, Windows, Mac, Linux. It works flawlessly. Anyway, so enough of that chat. I've got bottles going, so let's launch it. I hope I can remember how to do this. It's been a while. So let's just Windows in bottles, almost done, continue. Now it's just doing a few more things that it needs to download and update, depending on what operating Linux distro that I'm using. So it's going to download any missing things that it needs, and then we should be fine. So anyway, going back to moving projects, that will be my recommendation. If you have other recommendations, if you are here, like Thomas, thanks Thomas for joining in. Let me know what other options you think you want to have, especially if you are on Cakewalk. Now, I've been on Cakewalk for a while, and then when the BandLab took over, I continued with the BandLab for Cakewalk by BandLab, because it was free, just to continue some of my projects. But I don't use Cakewalk, because here are my 2 cents with the Cakewalk. Of course, as any business, it's up to them how they want to run their business. But being a long-time client and how things work in the audio, here is my personal opinion on it. When it was Cakewalk by BandLab, when it was for free, I was still asked the question, when will it be paid, and how much support we're going to keep going, going to keep getting? Because eventually, everybody knew that that free support's going to end, and it's going to be paid version. We were all hoping, the whole Cakewalk by BandLab community was hoping that there'd be 2 sort of platforms. One, you just pay it once, you buy it, and then you keep using it. Another one, like a subscription base, where lot of other businesses like DAW developers have gone, like Personas with Studio One. You can buy a perpetual license or get a subscription. Pro Tools, again, you can buy a subscription or perpetual license. Some of them have perpetual license and you can keep using it forever, upgrade forever, like FL Studio. And, Cubase, they do have upgrades, which are, discounted upgrades to keep going. But just to have subscription base is not something I would want to go. Here are my reasons for it. And that's why I don't use Cakewalk Sonar at the moment, even though I would love to. If it's subscription, that means if for any time that I decide not to subscribe anymore and I move to another, let's say, another DAW, if I need to go back to a client project and I need to bring back the project, because I'm not subscribed, I can't do anything. That means that project is dead. I cannot load the project again. Well, if I had perpetual license, doesn't matter how old the project is, if I have the DAW installed, I can still open up the project and do the modification that I need to do. So that's one thing that stops me from getting Cakewalk Sonar. As a subscription, the pricing is just right, because you're not only getting, for $99 a year, you're not only getting the DAW and every upgrade after that, but you're also getting song distribution, which, if you look at DistroKid, you're looking about $22, $23 a year. So if you take that out of the equation, so Cakewalk Sonar is basically about, $75 or $70 a year, which is quite reasonable. But to the fact that you cannot get a perpetual license, that's what stops me. What do you think? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section later on, if you are watching this video later, what your idea is, what you think of that. And I've recently also looked at YouTube to see how many videos out there about Cakewalk Sonar. There is hardly any. When Cakewalk by BandLab, when it was for free, you search Cakewalk by BandLab, there'd be thousands of videos on YouTube on a whole heap of different topics. I probably have about 40 or 50 videos on Cakewalk by BandLab as well. Even before that, I did have videos on Cakewalk, as well as Cakewalk Music Maker version 7, Cakewalk Home Studio. This is before Fender, I think it was Fender, whoever, that guitar company that bought out and run it down. So, but for Cakewalk Sonar, and which has been out for over 12 months now as a subscription base, there's hardly any videos. No one's making any videos. I wonder how many people actually moved to the subscription base and they are using. If you are one of them, let me know in the comment section below, because I would really like to find out how many people are using Cakewalk Sonar and paid it all. Okay, let's say hello to another Gooey. I think, hi all, hello for you as well, and welcome to the channel. I hope you're enjoying. Okay, let's continue. Enough of the chat. Let's continue our installation of Cakewalk on Linux. And Thomas asked, what distro of Linux are you using? As I mentioned earlier, I am using KDE Neon Plasma 6.3. That's what I use at the moment on Linux. And I am testing a lot of applications on Linux. I'm not a Linux expert, but I have learned a lot, and that's what I like to do. I do like to learn a lot of things, and things working really well. I don't have many crashes, and the only time I have a crash because I do something wrong. And yeah, there's a constantly update. There's a constant update of the platform as well, the operating system. Every other day it does. So it always kept up to date. And as far as Linux applications, everything runs really well, except one which sometimes give me an issue, and that is OBS. For some reason, it really, really throws me off. Okay, so that's where we are at. Okay, so let's create a new bottle. So we need to create an environment, sandbox environment, which will look like a Windows environment for the application we want to install. So I'm just going to, I think by default, I did select application. And here, let's call it Cakewalk. Okay, and pretty much that's all I want to do. Default directory, and yeah. And if you are wondering, once you create this environment on Linux as a Windows environment, you run the same using the same environment, you can run other applications. Like if you are installing a VST plugin, right? For Windows, for Cakewalk, if you have a plugin that you want to do, this is where you execute the executable. We need the same environment because you can create another sandbox environment for another application, which will be completely independent from the Cakewalk environment. I hope that makes sense. It's like creating a virtual Windows PC, two of them, and you can have different settings for each. And that's what Bottle does, is to create this a sandbox environment for each of your things. So anyway, so I'm just leave everything default and let's do create. Now here, as you can see on the screen, this is where we are actually creating the environment for our Cakewalk, virtual sort of environment. And we're going to run Cakewalk in there. Okay, so installing all its hopefully dependencies and everything else. Because if you install Wine by itself, you still have to go ahead and do the installation of other dependencies, where I found that using Bottles, everything is done already for you, as you can see on the screen. That's what it's doing now. There are other applications like Play on Linux, which is very similar to Bottles, but unfortunately, I have not had much luck with Play on Linux doing similar things, but Bottles work really great for me. Let me see if we've got... Okay, we've got few people viewing here. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for being here. Okay, Bottle created, and we close, and we are ready. And here we go. We have Cakewalk application. And the next thing we got to do is basically install programs. Here, there are already pre-configured programs that you can actually install. And they are marked whether they silver, gold, platinum, and so on, or whether they work or not by this. But that's not what we want to do. Let's go back and run executable. Yeah, we know. Let's go to downloads. Okay, we'll stop here. What do you want me to guys install? Cakewalk by BandLab, the free one, or Cakewalk Sonar? I think we'd be better off Cakewalk Sonar, even though I don't have subscription, so we'll have limitations. We won't be able to, I think, save anything. But let's give it a try anyway. I think it's better if we just use Cakewalk Sonar installation and we just click run. And also let me know in the comment section if my audio is clear, everything is can be seen on the screen. So as you can see, that's our installation that comes up. Click OK. Let me bring it to the middle. Yes, I accept the agreement. Yep, you can take away my liver and my lungs and everything else. Who reads those? But yes, we should really read it, but they're so long. But it doesn't matter now anyway. This is just trial. So basic Sonar install recommended with recommended components, or we go to advanced. Let's see what we can get. Cakewalk Sonar, yes. Okay, that's all good. Next, VST plugins is what we wanted. Cakewalk content. Okay. Yep, that's all good. Next, create icon desktop. Sure. And install. So here we are installing Cakewalk Sonar, the paid version on Linux. I'm just having, I'm singing the elevator music for you guys. Doesn't take that long. Anyway, it's all fun. I hope you guys enjoying having fun while I'm live streaming. Okay, this is something that you can really ignore. Here it's saying download Microsoft Edge WebView runtime. Don't be alarmed, or I shouldn't say alarmed. Don't worry about it because it's gonna fail. But we don't need this anyway. I mean, you can install it. You can go to the Microsoft website, download the Microsoft Edge WebView runtime manually. I mean, we could do that and run it. Oh, it's actually downloading it. Wow, it's actually downloading it. Last time I actually tried it, it didn't download. It failed, but Cakewalk still ran. But now it's actually downloaded it. Whether it's going to install it, whew, you are witnessing this as I am. I'm surprised here because I've actually tried it twice and came up with the error. And then I go, what the heck? I'll just let it go. Just cancel and get out. Here we go. This is where it is. It says installer error, but don't worry about it. It's nothing critical that you would need. I'm just going to click close and it should continue, install, and we should be able to run it. But if we really, really want to, we could go to the Microsoft website, download the separate installer and run it separately, and it should work. But usually that WebView 2 is basically anything related with website or HTML website display inside Cakewalk, especially for like advertisings or the promotions and things like that. Okay, I'm not going to launch the application. I don't need that. Let's click finish. And we are done. Now we have a program called Sonar. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that everybody can see and hear me. All good. Let's run it. Fingers crossed. Okay. We click run. Sorry, your PC is not with PY awareness. Yep, that's okay. What happened? Oh, I think. Here we go. There we go. There we go. We do have the logo, Cakewalk Sonar. Dun 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 dun. I wonder what's it doing. I'm just going to let it go. I'm pretty sure it will run. I'm 90% sure that Cakewalk by BandLab installs and runs. But I never tried Cakewalk Sonar, whether that's going to run or not. Come on. Come on, Cakewalk. You can do this. You can do this. Maybe I should have checked the settings. What do you guys think? Should I stop and check the settings and try it again? Yeah, let's give that a try. I'm not gonna wait. Let's go see if there are any dependencies that are required. Um, it looks like everything is there. Uh, there's a lot of dependencies that we probably have to install. Um, there's nothing there. It's all good. Let's try again. Third time lucky, maybe? Come on. I mean, we could install Cakewalk by BandLab alongside Cakewalk Sonar. Yeah, it shouldn't take this long to boot up in the application. Something is, I guess, maybe missing. I don't know. As I said, I'm not a Linux expert, but I do run Linux as experimental platform, learning about it, running real projects on there. Because I've been testing Studio One version 7 on for Linux platform, the public beta, and that's been working quite well. I have not had any crashes in that sense. But no, I'm not sure what is wrong with this. I'm going to try the next step. Run executable. This time I'm just going to run the Cakewalk by BandLab setup, which is the initial setup for it. Oh, here we go. What's this one? There are a few things running here. Oh, that's a setup. Here we go. Took a while to boot up. This is Cakewalk by BandLab. This is the free version. I'm not going to install just to save time because I can always do that later on. Drum Replacer or Melodyne or Theme Editor or the demo project and so on. So I don't need any of that because all of that I can do at another time. Okay, so now it's downloading Cakewalk by BandLab. Well, I guess I have to check and find out why Cakewalk Sonar didn't work. Maybe that's going to be another video. Yeah. So if you just joined in and if you like these type of topics, as always, please do hit that like and the subscribe button. That really helps the channel grow. I really appreciate it. There we go. That's the installation. I accept it. Yep. You can now have my kidneys. Basic. Just going to leave everything the same. Install. Hopefully, this time round, you might be a little bit more lucky. Because I can understand, because they've changed quite a bit in Cakewalk Sonar. Um, the core audio engine is the same, but all of the rest of the application is changed. So that could be the issue, maybe. But again, I could be wrong. Because when I installed last time, Cakewalk by BandLab was on my personal PC, which I use day to day in my office, which is that Linux Mint, not this version of Linux as KDE Neon. And that worked. So it should work here as well. Here we go again, downloading Microsoft Edge webcam, WebView runtime. But I'm pretty sure that Edge WebView 2 runtime is not the issue of it running. Anyway. Come on. And the thing is, like, you can't even click cancel the downloading and installing it. There we go. It's going to download again. And it's going to fail installing. And we're just going to continue with it. I mean, I could click the X button here, but I'll just let it run its course. Download done. And installation fail. How's everybody doing? How's your day been? Okay, here we go. Hope you are having a lovely day, or you had a lovely day. Now it's time to enjoy creating music, watching YouTube, watching Vache live stream, installing Cakewalk by BandLab on a Linux platform. Okay, don't need that for now. Let's click finish. And because we did not select anything else, we should be able to click finish. Now we have two apps. It's called Cakewalk. Okay, here we go. One more time. Let's see if it's gonna work. Cakewalk by BandLab. Oh, yes. Now let me resize this so you can see. You can see. Hope you can see that we are here. Welcome to Cakewalk by BandLab. It didn't take long to load, did it? Okay. Now it's selecting as my audio interface. I wonder if it's going to stop my audio going to live stream, because I'm using the same audio interface, my Yamaha AG03, for it. So if my voice goes silent, you know why it was for, and I'll make sure that it will come back. So I'm going to click next. MIDI, I'm just going to click next. My voice is still there. Yeah, basic. I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it at that. No, they don't need to know about me anymore. Done. Okay, let's. It's just gone. Thing again. Now this is our screen. Let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, let's create a 16 track. Let's see how quickly we'll do and how quickly we'll set up. Okay. Yeah, my voice is still there, which is good. It says updates on. I can't drag it. You can't see it. It's off the screen. You know, all those notifications I've got that it's not activated. Update available for audio instruments, drum replace, Melodyne, and all those things that I didn't select. It's telling me that they are available. So I'm just going to click those. So which is good. And my voice is still on, even though Cakewalk is running there. And let me just close all of those. I'm not going to activate it. There's no point of activating it. So this is my track 1. Let's go into press P. Okay, so that's my audio interface. Let me just move it so you can see it. Driver settings. It's selecting AG03, which is good. I mean, the buffer, 441 samples. Yeah. Okay. Let's leave it at that. And let's see if we can select the inputs. No? What happened? Oh, I think it's stuck. And I think it's because nothing is happening on the screen. I can't go to anything. That's, I believe, because I've selected to use the same audio interface as I'm using to do my live stream. And that's the only one I've got available. So I'm just going to close it. No, it's not going to close. Yeah. Definitely, Cakewalk not running. Okay. And I think that's only because I'm using same audio interface. Cakewalk does not like sharing the audio interfaces. So that's what could it be. I've got a question saying, how does it go regarding performances since it's launched via a sandbox with Wine as a backend and it's not native Linux program? It's smooth enough. I'm just going to run it again. As you saw, it does run quite smoothly. Let me just move that back so you guys can see it. Just do a small one for now. Let's enlarge it. So 4 inputs. I wonder if I can deselect that and select maybe monitor inputs, output. Yeah, how we will make it work. Yeah, I have a feeling it's because of that it actually crashed whenever we enabled it. Okay, monitor, and it might work. Maybe. We'll find out. But because in my previous test on Linux Mint, I had 2 audio interfaces, so I was able to select, here we go, select track inputs. Yeah, because I don't have any inputs enabled. That's what's going to get over here. New patch point, new track input series, new track inputs. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Let's try one more time. And click OK. Can we select? Oh, it allowed us to select the now. Okay, so if we go select and arm for recording. Oh, there we go. You can see the levels going up. Okay, I'm using my mouse. You can see I'm moving the mouse. So it's not like it's lagging in anything. So it's very smooth. That if I switch from, I think the very quickly, you heard the click of my keyboard going to this one, to this one. You know, it's very fast. It's very smooth. I wonder if it's going to record at the same time. Let's give it a try. Let's hope the whole thing doesn't crash on me. Because we are not doing what it's intended. We are just doing something which is not designed for Linux. Okay. Yeah, I can see on the screen how the audio is coming up and being recorded. You can see it as well. I'm pretty sure now it's gone behind my thing, and let's stop that. You probably can. Can you hear? Could you hear the click? Because I don't have headphones on, I cannot hear. Let's turn this off. Let's have a play. I wonder if it's going to play. Now I can hear it. Let me switch into loopback mode on my audio interface. So that means now you're going to hear what Cakewalk is playing back as well. Okay. Yeah, I can see on the screen how the audio is coming up and being recorded. You can see it as well. I'm pretty sure now it's gone behind my thing, and let's stop that. Right. You heard that, right? Okay, so I can record and play back a track on Cakewalk by BandLab running on Linux using bottles. So, woof. Didn't crash on me, which is a good thing, right? Which is a good thing. Let me see, where are we? Any comments? Yeah, so does it work? Yes, it does work. BandLab, I could get this to work, but I couldn't get Sonar to work. Sure, you can go ahead and twinkle the settings on bottles to make sure that everything is smooth as well. I believe there is an application called ASIO for Linux. So you'll be able to install that and make it work. You know, installing ASIO for all, I don't know, would it work? I haven't tried it. That is something I can try and get back to you. I can let you know, guys, in the comment section of this video how I went, or make another video on that. But yeah, it does work. So let's see if we can we delete this, delete that one, go back to the beginning, and arm for recording. And I'm going to arm all 4 of them recording. They're all going to be record the same audio, but I just want to see how many tracks we can record all at the same time without crashing. Okay, here we go. Hi there and welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the topics I covered, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so we've got, because the first one I selected the mono, so we've got mono, and the other tracks, if I get rid of the console. So we've got 4 tracks recorded without any problems. Of course, it did record the click on there as well because I've got the loop back on. Otherwise, you wouldn't have recorded the loop back. So let's play it back, all 4 together. Hi there and welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the topics I covered, don't forget to hit that subscribe. I think a little bit too loud because yeah, the master bus was clipping because I've got 4 tracks, same loudness going. So anyway, that's how it works. That's how it is. What do you guys think? I'm just going to go into the comments and see if anybody wants to have any comment regards to Cakewalk by BandLab. While I'm looking at that, okay. I'm going to try Cakewalk Sonar one more time and see if we're going to be successful. This definitely works with Cakewalk by BandLab. Well, there we go. Yeah, as to Sonar, I believe it's just the platform they would have used with the new look, with high DPI and all of those things for Cakewalk Sonar. It may not work. Maybe we have to twinkle some of the settings. But yeah, other than that, that's how easy it is, really. I haven't done anything extra as far as Linux setup. You can just install pretty much any Ubuntu-based Linux whether it's Mint or in this case KDE Neon Plasma, and install bottles, download the executables, run the executable, and then run the program. And what I'm going to doing maybe in the next couple of days, while I've got this installed, I will do another live stream because I don't want this stream to be too long. I'm going to do another live stream and we go through the process of installing VST plugins, whether just the DLL files and how and where to put them, or if they are executable installation of VST plugins or VST instruments, and how to actually install them for Cakewalk by BandLab, because I know that works. Sonar, as you can see, it's just stuck. It's not running. And if by then, if I work out how to get it to go, I'll make notes of that and explain that as well, and how I've done it and how I've got Cakewalk Sonar going. Otherwise, you know, you can always use Cakewalk by BandLab, I guess. Okay. No, it ain't working. Okay. Well, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheerio. Thanks for everybody who's been online.